All right, romanticizing drug use, okay? Yeah, I mean, that's what we do, right? I mean, that's a big factor in relapse, especially like once you, really relapse when you get through the crap, when you get through the acute, and then you're in the post acutes, and then even beyond that, dude, when you talk to people that relapse after being clean for 3 years and blah 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 plus, you know what I mean? It's something, and you think that you can do it. You think I could take one because it's like, well, I'm doing this and I know I'll have a good time. I remember having a really good time feeling like this when I go with these people or whatever, dude. We do that. That's what we do. We do that as humans. I mean, that's what makes memories so great. And it is great to build memories sober. That's what we should do. But we do that in general, and it's fine. It's great. It's just human nature. We remember, maybe say we go on a little trip and, there's a lot of things that might go wrong. And maybe in the moment you're like, you're having a good time, but there's a lot of stress or whatever. And then a couple years go by and you're like, man, remember that drive across country that we did, and you don't remember the kids screaming in the back or whatever. You just remember the good times, and it's good. That's great. But I'm just making the point is we do that as humans. We also do, not only do we romanticize things, but we can stress about things in the future and have anxiety about things that haven't even happened yet. And then a lot of times with me, I have a problem with that, and I've gotten better at it, but I have a big problem with that. And then that day actually comes, or that event actually happens, and it's not anywhere near as bad as what we hype it up in our mind. So we do it with bad things, we do it with good things, and especially, we especially do it with drug use, okay? We romanticize it, we build it up and put it on a pedestal. We make it seem so much better than it actually freaking is. And it's fake. That's the point of this video. We need to be reminded, it's freaking fake, okay? You think... and that's the thing, the first time we use, that's what we're chasing. That is what we're chasing. You might even be doing something that you didn't even necessarily like doing that much, or even like at all. I don't know. Maybe you're watching some movie that would normally kind of be whatever, blah, or you wouldn't really ever want to watch it, but you get high on a bunch of morphine, and it's not so bad after all. You're chilling there, eating some cinnamon buns, Ben & Jerry's. Freaking love that ice cream, though. Really loved it when I took morphine. But that's what I'd do, dude. I'd watch movies, just kind of cheapo action movies or just blah, whatever. And I'm real picky with movies. I'm a snob, dude. I'm a freaking snob when it comes to movies. But when I was on pills, it was fine. Everything was great. I just, I had a weekday off. My wife worked that day, so I'd be home by myself. And I would just try to, I'd watch a documentary one time on high on morphine. I'd be like, wow, I just want to relive this John Wilkes Booth documentary every Thursday. Or I'd watch a movie and have my ice cream. I just want to relive that. And you never could quite relive that, because it's fake. It's fake. It's artificial happiness. That's the thing, is it creeps in and it becomes the memory and makes things seem better than they really were, but it was just how we're feeling. You know what I mean? In fact, I believe that with sometimes with movies in general, when people are like, this is really great, and this person's like, it was okay, and then sometimes you watch it again later, and then the person that said it was really great was like, yeah, it's actually a solid movie, and then the other person that was like, it's okay, they watch it a second time, and they're like, you know what, it actually was a really good movie. Sometimes the mood that you're in really dictates the memory, or and it does, and but you get what I'm saying, because when you're just feeling good all the time on pills for a while in the honeymoon stage, you think everything's so much better than it actually freaking is. We romanticize a moment instead of thinking, oh, I'm wasting all my money. I don't have any money because I spent it all on drugs. Oh, I'm getting fatter by the second and eating unhealthy and blah, blah, blah. Or, you know what I mean? It's just like that moment. That's all we care about. And we make it, and it's just, it's not real. And we think that we can only be happy. I do this all the time. We go on a trip, go camping, go to the zoo or the casino. And I remember like, man, when we went that one time and I was all high and oh man, it was so fun. It was so great. I need to score more. That's the thing. I got to get more so I can get really high and relive that. Especially, after we've been using for a while, it's like, okay, well, we got an event coming up, so I need to get more pills and take more pills. Even though you're going to run out soon or something, you just like, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'm going to take more. I'm going to get really high and relive that moment. Well, you know what happens? Happened to me a lot. is you try to relive that moment. You take a bunch of pills, extra pills, we'll say, more than we're already taking. And it's not as good as what you hyped it up in your mind. Just like the anxiety thing. It's not as bad as you hyped it up in your mind. And you get pissed. I remember getting pissed, just being grumpy, being an asshole, because it always revolved around Gabe. How does Gabe feel? If Gabe feels good, we're going to have a good time. If Gabe doesn't feel good, everyone's going to have a bad time. I mean, that's how it was. So selfish, so terrible. So freaking terrible. But yeah, I remember getting pissed. Just like being so angry that it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be, what it was supposed to be in my mind. Because it's all fake. It's all fake. I know I keep saying that, but it is, okay? And you know, really, like, what I like to do, and this is what would get me all the time, okay? I think I talked about, relapse. It's a big thing. Relapsing, because we romanticize drugs, is a big thing. When you get beyond everything, it's easy to do. And what would happen to me the couple times I went 7 months and blah, 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 whatever, decent periods of time being clean, right around football season is when I'd relapse, because I would romanticize watching football high. And that's what I like to do. I love football now. I've liked football when I was a kid. So that was just, I love football. But to me, it was like, well, I love football even more when I'm high, and that's what I want to do. I want to sit on the couch, watch football high, eat junk food all day long, and just waste away. I remember Ryan Donnelly said one of his rituals or trick. I don't even know. Maybe it wasn't that trick, but whatever. Just something he liked to do when he was high. And when I heard him say this, I was like, dude, I totally relate. And I'm sure most of us do. We all have our own things, but he said he liked to sit down, get high on pills, sit down, turn on baseball, put a dip in, and just waste away. Okay. That's what I did. I didn't have a dip, and I didn't watch baseball, but I watched football and ate junk food and wasted away. That's what I like to do. And I still love cinema. I still love the movies. But I mean, when I was on pills, my goal was to watch like every movie ever made. I mean, you know what I mean? And just waste away, dude. Yes, it's entertainment, but dude, it at least the way I look at it, it's like, this shouldn't be my life. I have so much more to offer the world than just sitting on a couch watching movies. Or I know a lot of you guys, you say you just play video games and just waste away. You're wasting away your life. It's not that it's bad to play video games, but you know what I mean. We know in our heart when it's just excessive, when it's when you isolate and you're just only wanting to feel good and do your own thing. But we romanticize it all, dude. It's never as good as what we really think it is. And especially, dude, once you get clean, it's like, oh wow, this is actually life. This is life. Yeah, I don't feel great all the time, but that's life, right? I mean, you experience so much more. Everything. It's like, man, it's like you're wearing glasses that aren't tuned, or just whatever. It's like your vision's bad, and all of a sudden your vision's lifted. I don't know, whatever. But the scales are lifted. You see the world in a different way. Everything's brighter. It's great. But yeah, that's stuff that I like to do. I actually relapsed on morphine at a 49er game one time. Too. And it was just like, I mean, that was just me, dude. It was just impulsive. I was a month and a half off morphine, straight up just morphine that time. Cold turkey. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know that there was any other way but cold turkey. And sucked. It really, really freaking, I worked, dude, through that whole thing. That's why, I got videos on working through that stuff, dude. Oh, I'm not going to romanticize that. That's for sure. But it's amazing. Isn't that funny? How we romanticize things in the past, feeling good, but then when we go through hell, we'll just overlook that. Like, well, I'll tell you right now, though. I'll tell you this right now. There is some, and there's something to this, the PTSD from withdrawal, from opiates, from benzo. I talked to multiple people that they have it from benzo withdrawal. It's funny. It is in me from opiate withdrawal, and it's more so. This is what's weird, though. This is what I'm talking about, guys. It's even more so from the first time I went 7 months and did it the right way. Well, as right as I did at that time in my life. Wasn't using other stuff. That there's things I went through. There's days that I worked. Going through withdrawal too, and I'm like still scarred by it. Like sometimes I'll get emotional thinking about it, like not like, ooh, but just like, oh man, I kind of get a little teary-eyed. I mean, seriously, because it's just it just runs deep. It does that to you, but you don't throw that out the door just on impulse, baby. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible because that romanticizing something will overtake the hell. It's just crazy how we do that as humans, dude. But yeah, it really just, it's artificial happiness. And another thing with me that was always so hard, like watching football, but it was just going and doing fun things in general. Going on a trip, going camping, going, you know what I mean? Like, going to the zoo and going bowling and blah, 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 whatever it was, dude. I wanted to relive that over and over and over again. And you beat that dead horse. It's never the same. It's always a letdown. It takes over your life. It's a lie. Blah, 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 blah. Let's not let that trick us anymore. Okay. It's done. It's not tricking us anymore. We're on to that crap, for real. And it's just, these are reminders we got to think about. We got to, because it can be hard to think rationally. Sometimes it's hard for humans to think rationally quite a bit, actually, in general. When emotions get the best of us. And when you're feeling like crud, it's already easy, like where you're just like, I just want to feel better. I just want to feel better. But you are feeling, slowly you're headed toward feeling better, first of all, but and there's a better life that awaits. I know I always say that, but not only do you want to just feel better in that moment, but then if you start romanticizing things, or maybe you're like, I remember I had to go to a wedding. And I was off Suboxone for a few months. And I was just kind of up and down, not feeling too great. The great thing is, though, I went to this wedding, but I wasn't tempted, but that just would have been an example. Old gay boy, I would have romanticized, because there was another wedding I went to in Montana, and I was really high on pills, and it was great. I had a great time. But you know what's great with me? This is what's freaking great. So I went to that wedding. Wasn't feeling great. But I sit down at a table, and there's all these people that my wife knew, and from her work. I actually knew the girl that was getting married and knew a lot of other people there, but the table I was sitting at, I didn't quite know these people, but they knew Katie was married to me, and I was kind of loud and blah, blah, blah. Well, I was just manic. I got manic and started talking, and I was the life of the table. I was making everyone laugh, and it was just like, it was freaking great. I don't know why I'm saying that, but that was real. I guess that's what the point, that was real. I remember that, and it was that was a good time. I had a really good time that night. Didn't take a drink of beer, nothing. I was there, and I was having a good freaking time. And, and I didn't need anything. So just, and I know even when we feel like crap, we can make memories, dude. Making memories, taking pictures in. Okay, sorry, it's a song that my daughter has on this Disney thing, this Disneyland fun thing. Okay, for those that stick around, I'm going to release some information to you right here. Okay, for those who stick around, and I'll see. I have made today, well, you saw me blow up drugs. Also, I made my sparkling water review video, and after I put this out, because I got to just keep a flow of data on my phone, so I'm going to put this up on YouTube, then I can delete it on my phone, so you know what I'm saying, and then I'm going to get in there. It's all filmed. I'm probably going to edit stuff because it'll be kind of slow, I think. I don't think I did a very good job, but I'm sticking with it because it's too long, so I'm not doing it again. So yeah, sparkling water review will come out later tonight. God bless all y'all. V for victory and salute.